Alright guys, today we're going to be checking out the 5th year anniversary Gogeta. We're going to be revisiting him, see what he can look like, because this guy could very well get an easy A soon on JP with the 8th year anniversary closing closer and closer. You know, I mean, I think it's pretty obvious him and the Vegito are going to easy A during the 8th year anniversary, so figured I'd do a revisit on him now, just see what he can look like on a 200% leader skill. You know, it's been almost 3 years since this guy has released. Which is crazy to me because I think this is the celebration I started Dokkan in. I think I started a couple months prior, and then I kind of dropped the game. And then I got back into it heavily once I saw the 5th year anniversary because, I mean, it's Gogeta and Vegito. I'm pretty sure that would get anybody hyped. So, so this is really the first celebration I started. So seeing these guys easy A would be really, really cool to me. Because, you know, they're what initiated me into getting into this game. So yeah, but before we get into his passive and everything, I really appreciate all the support you guys have been giving me. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. Check out the gaming channel, because God of War is, I think, like 3 days away from depending on when you're watching this. So, you know, if you're interested in that at all, just make sure you check it out. So yeah, so getting into his kit. For his leader skill, we have Final Trump Card or Fusion, category Key plus 3, HP attack and defense plus 150%. This is pretty bad, but considering this is going to go up to, I mean, I would assume this is going to go up to 170% when he easy A's, but if Dokkan wants to be really nice, they'll bump this up to 180%. And 180% to Final Trump Card or Fusion, I mean, we already have a 180% to Fusion in the 3 year anniversary physical Gogeta, but Final Trump Card could use a 180 lead for sure. I mean, it could use a 200% lead, but I mean, a 180 lead would still help it out a lot, so that would be nice. But now the leader skill isn't really anything good. I think they are still Final Trump Cards, like, headlining lead, which is unfortunate because it's only 150%, but, hey, it is what it is. And then for his super attack effect, he gets 30% attack and causes colossal damage to enemy on his 12 key, so he's stacking attack by 30%. And then he raises attack, so 30% attack, and causes mega colossal damage to enemy. So he's stacking attack, which is pretty useful considering when he transforms, his damage could be, like, really insane, depending on how many additionals and just super attacks in general you get before he's transformed. So pretty solid right there. For his passive skill effect, we have attack and defense plus 70%, key plus 3, and launches an additional attack that has a medium chance of becoming a super attack when attacking, high chance of evading enemy's attack as the 3rd attacker in a turn. So that high chance of dodging as the 3rd attacker in a turn really, really makes this unit. It really makes it to, even now, because you could just throw him in slot 3 in any event you can dodge, and it kind of gives him some use. And he does keep this when he transforms, which is great. The conditions for it is just starting from turn 4, which is a very good restriction. I mean, turn 4 you could get, I mean, pretty much in any event. I think even in some super battle roads, you're going to turn 4. So yeah, okay, so for his super attack effects when he's transformed, he gets 30% attack and defense for 1 turn and causes colossal damage to enemy. And then on his 18 key, he gets 30% defense. So he doesn't get the attack right there, which is a little weird, but I think the defense is more important anyway. So he gets 30% defense for 1 turn and causes mega colossal damage to enemy. And then for his passive skill here, he gets attack and defense plus 77%, key plus 5, and launches an additional attack, plus an additional attack and defense plus 7%, up to 77%, with each attack performed and attacks effective against all types as the 1st or 2nd attacker in a turn. Launches an additional super attack and high chance of evading enemies' attack as the 3rd attacker in a turn. So, yeah, I mean, he gets that additional super attack, and he has the high chance of evading enemies' attack as the 3rd attacker in the turn. So that just makes him work very good in slot 3. It is unfortunate because this guy needs to build up as the 1st or 2nd attacker in a turn. So having him in slot 3 kind of makes it to where you can't build up, which does kind of suck, and that is unfortunate, but I mean, all that stuff could be fixed with his easy A. They could just make it to where he builds up in any slot. And maybe they want to just give him the 50% chance to dodge, period. Unconditional. But I think that might be pushing it. But it all depends on what his design looks like. So yeah. But onto his active skill. It can be activated when facing only one enemy whose HP is 50% or less, starting from the next attacking turn when he transforms. So unlike the 7th year LRs, you can't just transform and then instantly pop their active skills. You have to wait a turn, basically. So I mean, yeah, it does suck, but it's not that big of a deal. And then he greatly raises attack temporarily and causes ultimate damage to enemy. So yeah, I mean, that's pretty much all this unit is doing. I mean, he was good in 2000. What, like 19? I think this guy came out in. He was good in 2019. So yeah, we got level 10 links right here. We got all the categories. No equips on him. I do say go full additional just so you can capitalize on him stacking attack. But we are built full crit here. Nothing I can really do about that. And yeah, I mean, his links are pretty good. None of them stand out in particular. Just a lot of good, like, sand links. You know, Kamehameha, Fuse Fighter, Over in a Flash, Fierce Battle, and Legendary Power. And then he's got Movie Heroes, which is probably the best category in the game right now. So yeah, he's got a very, very good category with that. Actually, that's what we're running him on right now. We have him on the Movie Heroes / Power Beyond Super Saiyan team from the 7th tier LR Gods. And right here, we got a pretty good rotation with him. We got 3 out of 7 links active, and we have 50% defensive support from this Vegeta right here. So we're looking at 130k defense, basically, which is pretty bad. But, I mean, considering he could dodge almost every attack in slot 3 if you had him there. I mean, that's not horrible. So right here we still have the 3 links, right? Oh, we have even more. Oh, yeah, I forgot. Kamehameha Legendary Power when performing a super attack. So, no. So, my bad. We have 4 out of 7 links right here. And we have 50% defensive support. Now, I mean, that defense does suck, but like I was saying, if it was in slot 3, you could have a 50% chance to dodge, which I guess, you know, that's a 50% chance to take no damage at all, which is pretty good. Okay, so 3.5. That's not great, but we could have another one coming, because remember, he does have built-in additionals. Okay, so we got the crit right there. So we did get the additional, which, again, is great, because he's stacking attack. So this is just going to make him look crazier when he's transformed. So that's nice, that's nice. And then the gods right here should sweep up. So yeah, I mean, that wasn't really great, but I gotta say, that wasn't necessarily horrible either. Because, I mean, you know, almost a 4 million attacks that, and then an additional, considering he's still stacking, so he's still going to just get higher and higher. I feel like that's better. And, I mean, we didn't have any attack support right there. We got all the attack support on the off rotations. So, we only had, like, a defensive buff right there, which is, I guess, kind of bad, because now that makes me question, if he was only at 130k defense with 50% defensive support, what would he be at without it? He would probably be under 100k. Which is very, very bad. But yeah, this guy defensively isn't necessarily great. I mean, I was gonna say it isn't necessarily great when he's untransformed, but even when he transforms, he's still a little wonky defensively. So yeah, but I think maybe when these guys EZA though, referring to the SCR Gogeta and the Tech Vegito, when they EZA, because they have very similar passives to where they're both stacking attack before they transform. They both have the same active skill condition and transformation condition. They pretty much have the same passive. There's a couple things different in their kits, but for the most part, it's the same. And honestly, I think maybe they could both like stack attack or something. I think that would be good. Stack attack and defense, excuse me, because then that just makes it to where when they transform defensively and offensively, they're going to be even crazier. So right here we are at 99k defense, basically 100k defense. Pretty bad. I gotta say, pretty bad. So I was correct about how much defense he would have when he loses the defensive support from the Vegeta. And yeah, he's under 100k right here. Even though it's just barely, he's still under 100k. So we're gonna go ahead and pop this right here because I want to make sure we can get his 18 key. Yeah, we literally can just barely get it, but hey, we can still get it. So yeah, we again only have 4 out of 7 links active right here. So not really a great rotation for him, but I mean, it is what it is. Just get some attack stacks with him. We've gotten 2 so far, so. Oh, yeah, and we do get key when we attack, so that is nice, too. So 3.8, not even 4 million, but almost 4 million. We got lucky with the additional again. So we got pretty lucky right there, which is pretty nice. And we'll kill right here, right? Yeah. Okay, cool. So then the next rotation we have with him, we should have some better supports or just better linking partners with him in general. Yeah, I'm going to float the Gohan off because he gives 40% attack and defense, which is very good. So, yeah, he's just a really great support. And his EZA, too, could help out a lot of... Honestly, because he supports movie heroes, right? And that's, like, the best category in the game. So his EZA could help out a lot of really good units. Like, he could be crazy with his EZA. As long as they make him pretty solid himself and they just keep his crazy support. I mean, dude, that guy could be insane. And then we got this Gotenks here. He gives 30% attack and defense support and some ki. So I figured I'd bring him along. He's a pretty solid unit. So, I mean, you know, he's 30% attack and defense for sure is a good support. It's not as high as like 50% or 40%. But it still helps for sure. So, okay, so we're transforming with this guy. His link set doesn't change. So he's still one of the best linking partners, even transformed with, well, with this Gogeta. Yeah, this animation. I mean, these animations for this guy still hold up even today. Like, you can tell they put a lot of effort into it. Okay, so right here, dude, 7 out of 7 links active. We have, I mean, yeah, 7 out of 7 links active. We got 100k defense right here. I mean, I gotta say, this is looking pretty good. This is a good rotation right here for him. I can't put him in slot 1, or I can't put him in slot 2, unfortunately. Because he would, the Gogeta in slot 1 would kill. So I'm going to... Okay, so he's not going to have 7 out of 7 links. But his defense doesn't drop or anything, does it? No, he's still at 103k defense. So I do want him to build up, so I'll keep him in slot 1. Remember, we've got a lot of attack stacks in and all that. So yeah. So we'll showcase him this turn and then a rotation after this with him. And then I'll cut to when I have him fully built up and we can see what he's looking like then. So 4.6. Keep in mind, this is super effective against all types, and we have additionals incoming, possibly. So that is pretty good. Yeah, and then with the kill. So, nice. I mean, that wasn't a horrible rotation for him. Defensively, he was looking a little bit lackluster, but he was getting 30% on super attack. So, I mean, with multiple supers, he could have started to look like somewhat okay defensively. At least in some of these more or less difficult events, like the God event, maybe Super Battle Road stages, and maybe even a couple extreme Super Battle Road stages, this guy could work somewhat well in and provide some use. I don't really think this guy could work in any red zone stages. I think they simply just hit too hard for this guy to be able to even be brought in there. Because if you get caught with a super attack, this guy would get one shot, even with type advantage, I believe. So, but I mean, with that 50% chance to dodge in slot 3, I guess if you really just need an extra unit and you just want to rely on that 50% chance to dodge, you could. But then again, there's some stages like Android 13 and Broly who just straight up cancel dodging. So, I guess it all just depends on what stage you're running. So, okay. So on this rotation, I believe we have some extra support too, which is going to be nice. Yeah, so we have the Gohan who I was talking about. And right here, we're going to have everything active except for Kamehameha and Legendary Power once again. So, pretty good. We are at 81k defense, but we had our defense lowered. So, that does kind of suck. I'll get one more rotation after, just so we can see his defense not lowered, because that does kind of suck. So, okay. So, we'll get that with you. We can get a full 24 key right here. Or no, we can't, but I don't have any key items. Or, yeah, any items to bump his key up. So, but we're going to get almost to a full 24 key, because he does still get that key when attacking. So 3.1 from this guy with a guaranteed crit. That's not that bad. Actually, that's kind of solid. Yeah, this guy's EZA is going to be crazy, too, because he already gets guaranteed crits. So if they give him built-in additionals and stuff, it can make him look even crazier. So it was a full 24 key, and we were at 6.1. Dude, that is great. Oh my god, we are taking a lot of damage, though. But still, that is a very, very good attack stat, because that's super effective against all types. So, I mean, I'm impressed with that. I gotta say, that was pretty solid. Okay, so we're gonna die right here, but, you know what? I think it's okay. I'll just cut to when I have him fully built up in this event, so we can see what defense and attack stats he's looking at there. Okay, guys, so we are back in the event, and he is not fully built up right now, actually. We are very close to him being fully built up, but he is not there, so I still wanted to get this rotation in, though, because we could pop his active skill right here, and you know, his animations, man, they're still really good. So I figured we could do this. And if he doesn't kill, we can show his super attack, like attack stats off. But we'll try and hop back in again. Probably take him in the GT Legendary Goku event so we can fully build up. But yeah, look at this. This is peak right here. This is peak Dokkan. Crit for me. Oh, it didn't even need a crit. I guess we were super effective against all types. But yeah, look at that KO screen. Gogeta just slaying. Gogeta's just, I mean, that's just how it works, you know? I mean, they put a lot of time into these animations, you can tell, because it is very, very clean. Like I was saying earlier, even today, these animations hold up very well. So yeah, I just figured I'd get the active skill, animation in the video. So we'll hop back in, and we can see him fully built up. Alright guys, so we are back. We are in the GT Legendary Goku event. And here we are. We have him fully built up right here. He is at 235k defense, which is somewhat solid considering we can get that 30% on super attack. And all the additionals he has built in his passive can just make that go even crazier. So, I mean, honestly, I think that's not a bad defensive stat right there. Post super attack, he could even be tanking some of these red zone bosses' normals. And with type advantage, he might even be able to survive some super attacks. So, I mean, that's pretty good defensive level right there. You know, all the additionals are built into his passive. So, with that 30% defense he's getting from both super attack effects, if we get like 3 supers off right here, we would be over 400k defense, which is pretty solid. I think that's actually kind of good. So yeah, I don't want the Gogeta to die in slot 1, but I think he might. You know what? I'll just throw him in slot 1. He's not missing out on any links. Yeah, I'll do this. I don't know if we get a full 24 key right here, but we'll be very close, so I don't really think it'll make that much of a difference. And yeah, let's see what he's looking like. So I'm expecting some crazy number. Keep in mind, this is super effective against all types. Yeah, and we have some additionals coming. So 7.1 is pretty crazy. I gotta say, 7.1 million attacks, that's super effective against all types. And we got the crit off. That's pretty solid. That's even pretty good by today's standards. So, unfortunately, we didn't get any additional supers off. So right there, we were around like 350k defense. Which, I mean, if we had him in slot 3, he would have had a 50% chance to dodge. Which, I mean, that's pretty good, right? I mean, there's some value in that. For sure, it could be a little bit better, but, I mean, there is still some value in having that 50% chance to dodge. Just every now and then, you know, even if you're not going to have him in slot 3 most of the time. Because he does build up in slots 1 and 2. I still feel like just having it to where he has that chance to dodge in slot 3 is still very useful. So we'll try and get one more rotation with him in here. Unfortunately, he is going to have that 40% damage reduction because I had to pop a Whis, but we can still see what his defense and attack stat would look like. We're going to see what his defense can look like without the 50% defensive support, because keep in mind, right there, you know, we did have that 50% defensive support. So that did kind of bump us up a little bit defensively, but I'd like to see what he's looking like a little bit more naturally. Although, I do think we have that physical Gohan. I think he's on this rotation. So we're still going to have 40% defensive support. But now we'll have a little bit of offensive support. So we'll see what we're looking like offensively. I mean, with a 40% offensive support, like, I don't know. We already hit a 7 million. So we could get closer to 10 million. Which is just crazy to think about. 10 million, super effective against all types with additionals. That's pretty crazy. I do think he has a medium chance of launching an additional. So yeah, and then he also has that guaranteed additional in slot 3. So, I mean, he's just going to be looking crazy regardless, really. I mean, even if 7 million with some additionals is crazy. So, okay, so yeah, right here, we're going to remain with, yeah, we have 5 out of 7 links active. So we are missing Kamehameha and Legendary Power, but I mean, just some attack. So I guess it's not the biggest deal. So yeah, we're still at 225k. Which is a pretty solid defensive number for the same reasons as I said before. It's just, you know, with the additionals he could be getting and all that, he could start to look pretty crazy. So, okay, so yeah, let's see what he's looking like right here. We got that 40% offensive support, so we should get buffed up to, yeah, 8.6. And we were only at a 22 key super attack. So with some more key, we could have looked a little bit more impressive. But, I mean, that's really good. And we got the crit off, and we're getting the additionals. Can we get the additional super? No, but we got another additional. So yeah, that's just crazy. So this doesn't really count. We have 40% damage reduction right here, so the how much he tanks this isn't really gonna matter. So yeah, he still took 86k, which is, I mean, that's some damage for sure, but this event did release after this Gogeta's kind of time period, so it does make sense he would take a little bit of damage here. But yeah, overall, I mean, a pretty solid unit. For sure, look forward to this guy's Easy A. I think when he gets to the Easy A, he's going to be a top-tier unit again, like he once was, because on release, this guy and the Vegito were just so crazy. So yeah, I mean, that's been the video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know what you think of this Gogeta. Let me know if you are excited about his Easy A. Let me know if you have any dupes of him or anything in the comments, because he has been out for a while. So yeah, that's been the video, and I'll catch y'all in the next one.